That's what I got from it. This is what they talking about. And I guess Ty is saying so many in so many words. Like she set boundaries for him, and he crossed those boundaries every time. Now I will say this much: I've been in that live when Edwin has crossed boundaries. She ain't lying though, uh, and I ain't being biased because my bias has went out the window. Anybody can get it at this point. However, uh, the truth is the truth. She set boundaries with that nigga. I remember her dropping him out of the panel for doing shit she asked him not to do. Um, so it ain't a flex on that. But he showed up that lady house with a fruit cup and one rose. That you know what? I'm gonna give you my sentiments on that. You show up at somebody's house that you like. You think they cute. You think they pretty. You think they yeah. You wanna yeah. Why you bringing Why the fuck you bringing? Oh, hey, bring even at 60, and I think I'm like 20, about 24 years from 60, 26, 26 years from 60. I say a prayer for myself. Dear Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, if I'm not married, 26 years from now, uh, and I reach the great age of 60. Lord, please don't let me bring nobody no fruit cup or no one rose to let them know that I want that rose. There, there. Lord, please, God, uh, don't let me look like a fool. Don't let me look stupid. And don't let me have panda eyes. I don't want no panda eyes. You can give me panda elbows, or panda thumbs, or panda fingers. Don't give me panda eyes. And don't allow me. And if I need Viagra, God, let Viagra work. If I need the Cialis, Lord, let Cialis work. Please. But most of all important, Lord, don't let me show up looking crazy, Lord. I don't want to be looking crazy, Lord, at 60. Jesus. Let me outlive my whole motherfucking life, Lord. And then I'm looking stupid.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do
How
you
you
want me
doing?
to tell you what? You want me to give you the recap of what they're talking about, Bryson?
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
you don't
You
care?
can. Yeah, go ahead. Go right ahead. I'm listening. I'm all ears.
So
Oh, so I
he,
went nowhere near. I wasn't even right. All that shit I
you was
was just
close.
doing.
You was close. You was close, but you left out some
Oh
important
God,
parts of it. So
Jesus,
he met
Jesus.
this lady online and told her that he had a business. They did a business deal, so he got some information from her, her real name, address, and everything. Later on down the line, she kind of figured out that the business was not up to par of what she wanted, and she pulled out. He reached out to her and asked her to, he wanted to still keep in contact and was still trying to make a move on or whatever. She declined. He then uses the information that he got from her trying to have do business with, and pulled up to her house with a rose and some fruit, and see her kid outside, and hands it to her kid to deliver to her. Never make any interaction with her or anything. She thought that it was her friend that had sent it to her, and she's on live. Her kid is outside playing. She's on live on TikTok on live, and she's eating the fruit, because she think her friend done sent it to her or whatever, because her son brought it to her. As she's eating the fruit, he messages her and say, "I see you got my gift. I see you got what I sent you," or whatever, and that freaks her out. And she ends up calling the police on him. and everything. So he came to her house unwarranted. Um, he came to her house unwarranted, used her address, from a business that he was allegedly helping her with, and then gave the stuff to her child, which is the biggest part for me. You get what I'm saying? Like, you interacted with
Yeah,
her
yeah,
child.
yeah, yeah.
You
That's
know what I'm
like
saying? That
giving.
shit's scary as hell or whatever. And, and then you sat and watch me on live eating the stuff and engaging, and then reaches out and say, hey, this was, you see, I see you got what I sent you.
Hold on, what? What?
So he watched her on live. She was on live when he delivered
I
it.
know. I'm saying what you said. I'm saying you said he texted her or wrote her and said,
Yeah, he wrote her a message and said that I see you got what I sent you. Because he saw her eating the fruit on live.
"Yep,
Yeah. So that's the kind of the shortest version of it all. So, but the fact that he um engaged with her child is the most
I
creepiest
know,
part for
right?
me.
Yeah, that's
Like, not only did you pull up to my house unwarranted, unasked, but then you engage with my child, and get my child her stuff or whatever. And she said, now she did own her part into it as well too, and said that, like the fruit and all the other stuff, because she thought it was one of her friends who had sent it because her friend knew what she had kind of been going through. So that's what she thought that had delivered it and sent it to her. But for him to message her while she was on live, eating the fruit and say, hey, I see you, got what you couldn't even knock on the door or say, hey, or whatever. You watch me on live? Come on now. That's some creepy shit.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with you. I, that is that now that ain't that yeah yeah yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. I do agree. Thank you for telling me.
You, you're
That's
welcome.
correct. That's crazy.
And we talking about Edwin, guys. The Edwin is the one who would pop up on the panels and be like, "Hey guys, y'all go ahead and act like the super mod of everybody's face when he come in, and everybody treat him like unk and be like, oh no, he don't mean no harm, none of that shit or whatever." But nah, he a creep.
That's and it's crazy that you say that because I felt the same way. Like that's but that's crazy. Like that's crazy. Like you don't got no business talking to these people, kids. Like nah, you just don't. You just
Yeah, like don't be engaging. And I think her child was like 9 or 10 or something like that. So this was a young child.
yeah. That's like and not saying that's that, but we always heard stories about people that don't give candy to kids and shit like that. Don't take candy from strangers and shit like that. And you walking your ass up and you're giving her the kid a fruit cup, and then you watching the mama. That
Yeah.
I
You
sleep.
watching her on live.
I
It's like
tell
sitting
people.
back in the bushes. That's some shit like sitting back in the bushes and just, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Nah,
yeah.
I get what you're saying because I tell people this all the time, even on the back end. I be like, people on TikTok, even on this side,
Yeah. Her name Pegasus, y'all. Her name is Pegasus, is the lady. But how it started though, Bryson, they was in Mr. Bryant live. Him and T, he pulled that mod breaks on T. Him and T got into it, and they was arguing. Kind of like him talking about boundaries. And
right?
T mentioned the situation, like this was one of the situations where you cross boundaries, not knowing that the situation was deeper than what was exposed at the time when he did it.
And that's more than a boundary, though. A boundary is when you say, "Look, hold on,
But
come here."
hold on. At the time, T didn't know. All she knew was that he went to a lady's house. That she thought that they was in a relationship before when the story first broke. She thought that they was only in a relationship. And he popped up at a house with some flowers, da 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 da. And she was just mentioning boundaries. He went and he was like, "Nah, that's my friend. That's my friend. I bring her over here. She approved that. I ain't crossed no boundaries." He went and got her, called her from a different number because she got him blocked or whatever. She came into the live and was kind of just listening around or whatever. And when she finally got up on the panel, she told the exact story or whatever and told exactly what was going on. They was kind of going at it. He had been lying all along, so she already had him blocked. He went and reached out to her 2 days ago from an unknown number, to get in contact with her, to get her to come up on the panel to vouch for him, and knowing that he had been did all this stuff and lied to prove a point to T. He said, "I'll call her right now," which was highly unnecessary. Like, it was a lot.
Yeah. That's crazy. Just the situation with giving, like, talking to. I ain't trying to talk. I ain't trying to talk to nobody. I ain't trying to talk to nobody. Fucking kids. What the fuck? That shit is weird, and that gives out to me. I don't care what nobody say. I'm from the old school. I'm from the old school, where they say don't talk to strangers. Where DARE was there. Don't do drugs. All that shit. I'm from that era of life. I'm from the STOP stop and think shit. That type of shit.
Right.
Nah. I don't want to. I'm not popping up at your shit. And I'm damn sure not trying to talk to your fucking kid if your kid is. I'm like, where your mama at? Can you get your mom? Tell your mom if that's the case. What the fuck? I'm giving your little kid a rose.
Facts.
That shit is weird, and that's just in the 30s. So in the 50s or 60s, you already should know better. Like, don't even try to. You should just it should just be common fucking sense that, like, look, this is where we at. I'm not trying to be a ripper steel skin. Like, I ain't trying to look like that. Yeah, you remember the little ugly ass
I know you're talking about.
motherfucker that be snatching little babies. So can you tell your mama to come out here or something like that? Like, no. Freaking, she ready to bust it. And y'all the same age.
My lord.
Y'all the same age. And you get into bed with your fucking shoes on and your clothes on. You ain't done. What the fuck is going on, brother? Jesus, my God, today. Because look, to find a 60-year-old freak, and I'm 60-year-old, and I'm freaking too, and I'm 60. What the fuck? I'm in the bed with my shoes and clothes on, nigga. Oh, yeah.
Somebody made a valuable. They said old creepy men used to be young creepy men. That's true.
You don't know. Motherfuckers get away with a lot of shit. And I'm not saying that about him because before this story, I always looked at him, but I always thought something was weird when I heard that situation with T Money about getting in the bed, even though she ain't say nothing about it. She was like, we laid in bed together and we ain't fucked. And I'm like, yo, freaky ass, you flew all the way over here to motherfucking California to fuck Mr. Miyagi. And y'all in there, and he came and picked you up from the airport. Yeah. So that kind of like blew me in because shit, I got a number of old niggas in my family too. We got old niggas, and them old niggas, I don't know how they doing it. I can't tell you. I don't know. Uncles, cousins, uncles. He got a granddad living. Yeah, well, my uncle, he like my granddaddy because the nigga like 60. He busting. Hoes up. Not hoes, his wife. So, and ugly. Ugly than the motherfucker. He looked like a frog to me. I always been calling him
Damn,
Uncle
Bryce.
Junior. He looked like a fucking frog. Like a fucking old toad. Big ass eyes, big funky ass nigga. But he fucking though. He fucking. You could tell he fucking because his wife left Buddha. You on the pickle? They biting off the pickles with each other, laughing and kick. They fucking. They fucking. They fucking. And he old. He like 60. Busting her ass up. So tell me this: how you gonna be in 60 and Edwin ain't that old? You laying in the bed with this old freaky ass old lady. Let me tell you, look, this old freaky. Don't give a damn about. Get well soon, T Money. I'm done. With it. The Lord just convicted me again. I got to get myself together. The Lord is working on me.
Yeah,
You
let
hear
him
me?
use you. Let him
You are
use you. All
using
right.
me on my barb shit. I'm on my barb shit. The Lord using me. He working on me. So get well soon. But T Money, no, I ain't telling no lie, cause her ass freaky, because she couldn't. They said that the nurse was trying to give her an IV, and she wanted to be on TikTok to say some other shit. So the Lord using me in a way of the truth, regardless. So T Money, get well soon, get that IV, get those fluids flourishing through your body, so you can come back and tell us what really was going on in that hotel room and why he had his shoes on in the bed and he wasn't trying to bust up, but he bringing a fruit cup and a rose. Why you ain't knock on
Why
the
y'all
door
keep
and
saying
give it to
fruit
the
cup?
lady? What
I'm
the fuck
weak.
I'm talking to your kid for? I'ma say, hey, can you get your mama out here? I remember it's just what the fuck I did. I just did something maybe like a month ago. I knocked on somebody's door and he was looking. I like, hey, can the parent can go and get your mother, bring your mom. What the fuck I'm talking to you for? You a little child. Get the fuck up, get going about your
That's
business.
true.
Get your mama here. Yeah, or your daddy. Somebody. Tell them to come out here. Need to talk with them. What the fuck I'm talking to you for? I don't got no conversation. For a little kid, I don't know. What the fuck I'm talking to them for? What I'm giving them a fruit cup and a fucking rose for? That's like giving them a piece of candy or saying it's some puppies in a motherfucking van. I'm not giving them what the fuck I'm giving them the piece. What I'm doing that for, Erica?
That's
What
true.
I'm giving them that for?
That's true. That's true. I'm here.
I don't
I'm
want to
with
be
you when you're right.
affiliated with nothing like that. So I'm not. Give me your mom, your dad. Tell those people to come outside. The fuck you talk? I don't need to talk to about shit. There is nothing I need to talk to you about. I'm not your fucking teacher. I'm not talking to you about homework or a football practice or none of that. What the fuck I'm talking to you for? You're not my fucking child. What the fuck I'm talking to you for? Tell your mom or your dad to come out there. That's weird to me. I don't know. I don't know. You remember the Golden State, uh, mm, that motherfucker didn't get caught for 30 years now. Evan, don't let me see you up on ID Discovery. They done
Yeah.
matched their fucking DNA. Edwin. And I wonder this. Why you ain't fucking married anyways? Cause most niggas at that age is married. They might piss in a bucket and they wife might piss in a bucket too. But they ass is married. They might not be fucking, but they ass is married. They sitting there and they ain't standing each other and eating motherfucking Golden Corrals with not a piece of teeth in their fucking mouth. But they ass is married. What? I look at niggas like that though. I swear to God, Erica, can you hear me? I look at niggas that is 40 and above, 50 and above, and you ain't married, I think something wrong with you. I always say that. I always say that. Unless your wife passed away of like at 60. We outlive and then we live and we croak. Either or. But if you just never been married and you 50 and 60, nigga, something wrong. Especially nigga, because I seen a big fat ugly nigga. This nigga looked like a fucking octopus by the face. A fucking real live but the nigga was married. Pretty ass, beautiful ass wife. Beautiful ass wife. Pretty as fuck. Married. Married. He about 64. She like 54. Fine ass old ass lady. Fine. I think you weird. I don't care how clean you is, how young you look, nigga. If you over the age of 40 and you ain't then married, something going on. It's to me, I'm thinking you're a serial killer. I think a serial stealer, a rapist, or you want something up your ass. That's what I'm thinking. That's
My
me.
Lord.
That's what I'm thinking. That's the only thing I'm thinking in my life because I'm whole time out in the shit. Everybody I know, shit, they. That's it. And I'm just like, because they ready to cancel me anyway.
So you saying that by a certain age, you expect all men to be married or in some kind
Or
of committed
something. What the
relationship?
fuck you going on for? What the fuck? This big ugly ass nigga that look like a fucking octopus, he was married to, he married now.
Damn.
It's a midget. Oh, I can't say that. God, Lord have mercy. I'm a
But
mystic.
Bryson, everybody don't desire to be married though.
Look. No. I just told you that. No, mama. No. They are married. They are getting married. They have been married or they've been. Now you can been married and then you reach 60 and you done divorce your wife and then you just grow old by yourself. But most niggas, they want a wife. They want somebody that they gonna sit in that motherfucking chair and they stink. And that motherfucking lazy boy stink. Funky. Looking at TV. Going to Golden Corral, eating them some all-you-can-eat buffet or some IHOP, pancakes, eggs. You know, the wife then got old and ugly too, got a beard on her and a mustache. But that's my motherfucking wife.
That's true. I mean, that is true.
That's just what it is. Unless you crazy. It's a man I just seen on TikTok. He like 60 years old. He was funny than a motherfucker, like dancing and all type of shit. I like reposting him. But nigga, you got something wrong with you. I'm telling you, there's something wrong with. That's what I think. I could be wrong. I'm wrong sometimes. I ain't got no problem with being wrong. But a nigga, men, they gonna find them somebody, a wife or something, going on for to end towards like 60 and 70 and 50 and 60. That's what I think. And if you ain't married or somebody like 45, 47 years old, not with the women, because women they can get tired of a nigga. They done dealt with that nigga in their 20s, and this nigga done dogged them out and tried them. They gotta wash their clothes, clean up behind them. Nigga, fuck you. I grow old and give me a rose or whatever. Have marry Jesus as my husband. So I can see that, but niggas is not the same. Niggas and women are not the same. They are not the same. They're not. Women can go along and be 60. Do you know how many, when I worked at my old job, do you know how many old ass ladies I talked to? 70, 80. On that shit. One lady I was talking to, she was like 68. And she was with her best friend. Her friend was like 70. And she was like, we were just chopping it up. We were out ringing around and we were talking this shit. And she was just like, I don't know. Some came up and I asked about her husband. She was like, oh no, he died. He was gone. And I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. I felt bad because I brought it up and then I thought I put her in a sore spot. Mm-hmm. And that lady looked at me. She was like, I'm glad he did. And then her friend was like, I'm glad he did. I'm glad my husband died like 3 years ago. They were happy. Like, it hit different. It hit different. It just hit different. That's why when I say when I get married, I want my wife to be grieving for years after I croak. I want her to say this was a good nigga, because a lot of the old women that I met, they were so happy that their husband was dead and they lived. And another thing I know, women outlive niggas. They always do. They always outlive men, no matter what. I never met a nigga that, except one nigga when I was like 12. I was in ninth grade. Mr. Hadley, that stayed across the street from us. I thought his wife was gonna die before him, but that nigga outlived his wife, and they both was old. But every woman I met, they outlived their husband by, I'm talking about by years. I'm talking about like 10 years,
Very
15,
true.
20 years, 30 motherfucking years. And then, a lot of them used to tell me, like, I always ask them, I always be like, do you miss them? All of them always said no. They were happy. They was like, he was mean to me. He was nasty. He was good. That's why I was like, that's why I don't beef with my old lady like that. Like, I don't want her to, if I croak, hopefully she go when we old, I'll live her, but the statistics say I'm not. But I don't want her to be like, nigga, this nigga was a piece of shit. Because most of them women that I always met and I always talk to, especially old heads, especially old women, because they always got knowledge, they always be like, this nigga was a piece of shit. And I just don't want to be that. I don't want to be that statistics. And I just don't want to be that. I don't want, even though I won't be around, I won't understand, but I don't want, you know what I mean?
I get it. I get it.
This nigga was
I
a
get what
piece
you're
of shit.
saying.
He was and most of, except for one lady, I'll never forget her. She was like 80, but she looked like she was like 50. But I knew she loved that nigga. That nigga, whoever that nigga was, I want to be like that nigga. I want my wife to feel like how she felt about him. Because when I mentioned that, because I met her son first, her son was like 60. Because I was selling credit cards to him at the place I used to work at. I used to sell credit cards, and I met his mom. I met him first, but then I didn't know that was his mom until I met her. But they was in the store at the same time. But she started crying one day when we started chopping it up, and then I asked her about her husband, and she was like, "Yeah, he was a good nigga. Like, this nigga took care of home. If he cheated on me, I ain't never know about it. Only thing he had was a drinking problem. It killed him. He had been dead for 30 years, but the lady still had tears in her eyes when
She thought about him, when she talked about him.
Hell yeah. She was like, man, it was her life. She never got remarried again. But that's what type of
That's how you want it to be for you.
Yeah, hell yeah. Cause that's the only lady I ever fucking met. Only one. Even my grandma, that crow, she told me how my granddaddy was. She was like, man, that nigga was nasty, nigga. That nigga was dirty to me. That nigga treated me bad. She before she croaked, she told me everything. Like, we sat down, we talked for like hours and hours. Cause I used to have to watch her when I was like a jit, and my mama had to go to work. And I had to sit over there with her, but I started asking her questions and shit, and she used to tell me about my
That's where you get the most knowledge from them old heads. For real, you didn't listen to them.
Old heads, and she said that nigga used to tell me I'm gonna watch dirt get thrown in your face, and she watched dirt get thrown in his face. She used to tell me shit like that. She was like, yeah, that nigga did me wrong. He did my kids wrong, and I always said in my mind, like, I don't never want my wife to tell my grandchildren or my children that, like, this is a dirty nigga, this nigga was nasty to me, this nigga treated on me. Now I want my wife to say what that lady I met at the job I used to work at, what she said. Like, she loved that nigga. Her tears came to her eyes. That nigga had been dead since the 80s. We in 2000, that was like in 2020. 2019 or 18, I think, right before the pandemic, when I met that old lady right there. Mm-hmm. That nigga had been dead since the 80s, and tears came. As soon as I mentioned, like, your husband, and I don't know, I just was asking for
just having a casual conversation.
Yeah, but I just want, I want that same situation for myself. And so when I croak up out of here, hopefully I live my wife.
Bro, every time you say croak, I just chuckle a little bit.
yeah, I want to be like that. I want to say that shit. Hey, look, he was a good nigga. He ain't do me wrong. He ain't cuss me out. He ain't fight me. He ain't disrespect me. He was a good nigga. I want all that shit. But I pray to God that I live her ass. Make sure she don't get remarried again. And that's my selfishness. But hey,
Hey, I mean, hey, you entitled to feel like that. But kudos to you for taking care of your grandmother at a young age, as a jit, as y'all say in Florida.
yeah. I ain't take care of her. I just watched her while my
Well, you
mom
kept
was.
her company.
Yeah. That's it. That's all. But yeah. But I don't
This
know how.
happened with Edwin, I think 2 years ago, because it came out on Diamonds Live a couple of years ago. Like 2 years. I think it's been 2 years. 2023. Yeah.
That this woman story.
Yeah, this woman's story. But it was brought up 2 days ago because of him and T getting into it, and T was just making reference of him crossing boundaries, and then it was revealed that the boundaries that he crossed, so of how it actually went down.
Yeah, that's
But
kind of
but Lisa was in the comments. She said that it was a very scary time during that time because she was around during that time to help the lady get through it.
yeah. That's kind of yeah. That's kind of yeah. I don't know. And like I said before, I look at I used to I've looked at Edwin as like a good nigga like, but that's why I tell people like don't ever believe what you see, 'cause shit is where yeah, that's crazy. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't trying to dog pile them or nothing like that. But that shit is crazy, and you know better than that. I'm in my 30s. I know not. I ain't even in my 20s. I'm not talking. I ain't trying to talk to your children about shit. What the fuck I need to talk to them? I'm trying to talk to you. I'm not trying to talk to them. I'm trying to talk to you, not them.
Right.
Go get your mama. Can you tell your mama to come in, please? I'm not
Right.
giving them a
And,
rose
and
and a spoon.
acknowledge yourself. Acknowledge that you even there. But first of all, don't be using your business to get women addresses and popping up at they shit unwarranted. Don't utilize your business knowing that you got that address to come to a woman's
So
house.
the lady never even gave him that. Good
She
morning.
gave him the address because of the business dealings of what they had. He used the business to get her. She had already disconnected herself from doing business dealings, and he took the information from what she filled out for the business to come to her home unprovoked.
Mm. Yeah. See, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, she done moved. She done moved since then. She said, y'all.
Yeah, but that's still like a tight work situation. Like that's yeah, you can't. I mean, and then I ain't. That means she don't even know you like that for real. Like she
She
don't.
don't.
And then you talking to my like I'll be me personally. I'll be as a nigga. I'll be I'll be like on guard, like alarmed, like you pulling up talking to my kid and doing this and like I'm gonna be yeah. I understand though. I mean I don't know. I think that's weird. I think
Yeah.
that's scary as fuck. I know I'll be, even as a man, I'll be like alarmed. And when I say alarm me kind of scared too. Like nigga, what the fuck you talking to? Pulling up, talking to my kid, giving my kid a rose, giving my kid a little cup, fruit cup, all that extra shit. Like that's weird. That's scary. That's like yeah. So, but I ain't trying to drag him because you know how messy talk is. It may not even be as deep and harsh. I pray that it's not like the Lifetime movie that's playing in my in my motherfucking mind right now that he's capable of. I'm praying that it's just like
Well, if the cops got involved, it had to be.
she called a popo.
Yeah, she called the police.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's yeah, yeah.
So, I just had, and she did say, she said she learned a lot of valuable lessons of trusting people, just openly trusting people and stuff, because she said that she had just gotten divorced and stuff. She was in a vulnerable state, I guess. You get what I'm saying?
I'm
You
saying, but she
know,
wasn't even fucking with him like that. So it was like
mm-mm.
business though.
Yeah, it was business, but
Uh,
nothing romantic.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That is yeah.